VGK gets depth scoring in Sunday's 4-1 win over the defending champion Florida Panthers. It's funny how we tease depth scoring as a topic on today's show, and lo and behold, look at what happened last night. More after this on Locked On Golden Knights.
You're Locked On Golden Knights, your daily podcast on the Vegas Golden Knights, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hi again, everyone. I'm Tony Cardasco, a longtime Las Vegas sportscaster. We've got Chris Golick, the co-host of this circus, the collectibles editor of the Hockey News, and VGK season ticket holder. You like that, circus? Thanks for making us your first listen every day. Find us wherever you get your podcast, and make sure to subscribe to our Locked On Golden Knights YouTube channel. Coming up ahead on today's show, after our main topic and recapping VGK's win last night, we'll talk about Alex Pietrangelo backing out of the Four Nations face-off, and the VGK quarter-century team is an absolute joke. We'll get to that. So, Chris, we did have that topic on the napkin for today, depth scoring, and how important it would be with this condensed schedule. And then lo and behold, we see Brayden McNabb stepping up. He scores the first goal last night for VGK. Tanner Pearson scores a goal. The first two goals were scored by McNabb and Pearson in VGK's 4-1 victory over the Panthers, who didn't have that zip that I had expected.
Like I say, the zip that you had. This is a weird game, right? This is a game where the stats and watching the game tell two different stories. I feel like every time I was watching the game, the puck was on Florida's end of the ice, and VGK was kind of buzzing. You look at the shots on goal, it was 33-26. Okay, fine. A little bit of advanced analytics. You go to a natural stat trick, and I love looking at the high danger chances for, high danger chances against. And it was 17-15 in favor of the Vegas Golden Knights, but I didn't think by watching the game that's what it was. I thought VGK was a little more dominant in that regard. So good get right. I don't know if it's a get right situation, but you mentioned the depth scoring. Depth scoring certainly very, very important. McNabb and Pearson getting on the board, that's certainly what VGK needs to see right now. You need more of that, and it was a good win.
The hits were 36-14 in favor of Florida in a very physical game. Matthew Tkachuk took a chunk out of Kolasar, and then his shoulder, so he was hobbling a little bit. We'll see if they're going to be day-to-day, these players or what have you. Pietrangelo, man, that hit on his left leg looked very dangerous as Tkachuk went sort of down low and kind of bodied him up and hit him with his shoulder. A lot of big hits in that game. McNabb on Reinhart. That
was awesome. The McNabb hit. I was doing my business, and my sports card business. That didn't sound good, and I happened to catch over right when it happened. I just had a great reaction to it. That was old school.
And then, of course, we saw the hit on Barbashev as well. So had a big hit, got hit in return. These hits, again, like I think they accumulate over time. And I thought that it was a really tough game for VGK to be playing against the Panthers. Panthers I thought they'd have more jump. I did, especially early on in the game. But scoring the first goal has been so important for VGK. Now, I think, 3 of the last 4 games that they've played, they've gotten on the board first. And again, when you hear Cassidy's thoughts, he just says how VGK is not chasing games, so it's important for them to score first.
I mean, listen here. Let's just get the weather. Weather is a big thing in Vegas today. Got some snow around the valley, maybe some rain, maybe my elevation.
Wasn't it supposed to come yesterday? I even got new windshield wipers for this occasion.
I saw that. I got a notification that said 4:00 yesterday it was supposed to go, and I think at like 7:00.
It's beautiful out. It warmed up. It was gorgeous. It was almost 60 degrees.
So my point being is, listen.
Don't trust. The point being is, don't trust the weather people in this city. All they know is hot and 115.
I don't know. We have some meteorologists that follow us, so I'll be nice. But
Okay, let's be nice. Let's be nice. That was a joke. That was a joke.
That was
Insert
a joke.
joke
Yes,
here.
I know. I'm with you. I was about to pile on worse, believe me. But listen, good game or fool's gold? That's my question. Okay, you were spot on when you declared the game against the Wild, the victory the Golden Knights had. Kind of the same thing, right? You said it was fool's gold. You had a Minnesota team that was hobbled back to back. I think it was the same back to back. It was the Sharks, right?
Yeah,
So you had the same scenario. And by the way, the Golden Knights have 7 more games this season against teams that are on the tail end of a back to back. Just so you know, Tony. Just get Tony
rigged.
going a little bit.
It's so fixed. It's so fixed. It's rigged.
So
They start the second string goaltender here. Like, why was Spencer Knight the goalie in the game last night?
They make sure they got the victory. There's 2 ways to do that. But where I'm going with this here is, yes, good game. Golden Knights got it done. I'm putting as much stock into this victory as the Minnesota Wild game. It's a good game. They won. They got 2 points. Good job.
Oh, you're so negative.
How are they going to bounce back, though, Tony? How are they going? Tuesday is the measuring stick against the Dallas Stars, and that's what I want to know. And then, just while I'm kind of ranting here for a second, these are these rants that we go on. Alex Holtz, why? Why are we also? I am going up and down social media. Everyone is whoop-de-doo Alex Holtz. The dude was on the top line with Jack Eichel. Of course, he's going to do something. All right. Of course, he's going to do something. So pump the brakes a little bit here, guys. Alex Holtz, that is the definition of failing upwards right there.
And so what you're alluding to, it was that Bruce Cassidy switched out Stone and Holtz on the wings last night, which was very peculiar. And Holtz, in turn, he almost did score a goal there on a rush. So that was
Eichel had 12 breakaways.
So, yeah, no, I was just going to say, especially in the third.
All Holtz.
He did he get the secondary assist on the Eichel goal?
I think Holtz got 1 apple last night. Let me verify.
Yeah, so that was it. He started the breakout. The play happened
he got the
because
second
of Barbashev. Okay, so Barbashev made that play happen. Let's face it. He just had the outlet pass to Barbashev. I could do that several times in the third
Holtz
period.
literally rimmed it. He rims the puck around, and everyone's ready to put him in the 4 Nations.
The third period, VGK, multiple breakaways. Pearson and Howden, they were denied or shot the puck off the net. And then Eichel on the breakaway scores. I thought that was a key factor. And it was an about face from the first meeting between these 2 teams where it was Florida that had the odd man rushes, in that game. VGK also, they did a good job of defending late, the 6-on-4. VGK kept clearing the zone. So there were some pretty good moments in the contest for the Golden Knights.
For sure. And it was a good game. Like, I want to make sure I'm clear about this. The VGK played the right game in the right circumstance. Sinman put out there, I don't have the numbers in front of me, but it was a great take from Ken talking about VGK's record against backup goalies in back-to-back scenarios. And honestly, I don't know if he put that tweet out before the game. I know he put the tweet out afterwards with the update, but if I would have seen that, I would have bet a chunk on that game because I did pick. Me and you both picked Florida in our locks. We thought Florida would have a better game, but if I would have seen that tweet, so credit Ken for that one. But yeah, in the right game, in the right circumstance, and I was watching the Florida feed, and it was right after Florida had a good scoring chance, couldn't convert. Eichel comes down and gets the power play goal, and I think the color commentary guy says, "For the love of Wayne Newton." But he said it in like a very pissed off manner. It was just that was. I mean, it was a rehearsed call, but still, it was definitely a great call. It just one of those spit out coffee meme type of moment right there. Listening to that,
VGK started Aiden Hill in that, and I've been saying all along, the heck with this goalie rotation. I just let's go, and they're paying Hill a lot of money to play. When they started. The other guy, Ilya, when they started the luggage guy, 2 out of 3 games on the road, it was not the correct rotation. I can't say that enough. And Hill played very well. The only goal was on the Lundell deflection there, where White Cloud, I think, was a
White Cloud, no box out.
No box out. No, they practice boxing out too. So That had to really tick off Bruce Cassidy, I'm sure. What are you looking
So
at?
I'm looking at the schedule that I dropped a second ago here, but looking at the schedule, trying to figure out maybe what the rotation is going to be this week. You got Dallas, Columbus.
You have a
I think
day
he'll
off in
go
between. Go again with Hill.
No, I agree. I think go Hill on Tuesday versus Dallas. Come back with Samsonov against Columbus, and honestly, you got a 4-ball there, and an extra travel day as well. One extra travel day. Rangers, Islanders, Devils, Bruins. No back-to-backs every other game. I'd go Aiden Hill on the 4-ball right there. I honestly would. Samsonov will get a nice long rest and let Hill get his game in order. If Hill needs the last game off before the Four Nations crap and all that, fine, whatever. Do it against the Bruins or take off the game against the Islanders in the middle there. But basically, from this moment until the Four Nations, God, I hate saying that. There are 6 games coming up. No back-to-backs. Every other game, one additional travel day when they go to the East Coast. I would like to see Aiden Hill get 5 of the next 6 starts before the Four Nations.
We've been saying that. So let's see how this does shake out. VGK, no power play goals, by the way, for the first,
I thought they were going to get one
time
at
in
the
9
end.
games. What's that?
I was trying to find a prop at the end. I was talking on my stream and said VGK had this long power play streak going, and they get the power play at the end. I was trying to find a goal prop, but I couldn't find one at the end. There, I was so mad.
You were looking for them to score a goal or not to score a goal? Scoring one in that game last night. Coming up next, wow, it might be called the 4 players face-off at this juncture. Pietrangelo pulls out of the Four Nations. We'll talk about that when we return right here on Lockdown Golden Knights. Super Bowl 59 is here. 1 game, 2 teams, 1 to cheats. I did not say that. There's endless possibilities, folks, and there's no better way to make every play more exciting than to go with FanDuel Sportsbook. The current line has the Chiefs -2. It's up to 2 now, and the total on this game is 49 and a hook. And I said yesterday, following those 2 games, both of the championship conference games, that you need to bet the over. That's the play there, I think. I don't know who's going to win. But whether it's predicting the first touchdown or calling the MVP or even betting on the coin toss, yes, you can do that. It's Propomania. FanDuel makes it easy to get in on the action with live betting all game long, and you can adjust your bets as the game unfolds and feel the thrill of the kickoff from the kickoff to the final whistle. The live betting feature lets you stay involved no matter what happens on the field, and the app is super easy to use and to navigate. Plus, knowing that you can place a $5 bet and potentially win $200 in bonus bets for the Super Bowl, well, that is the icing on the cake. So download the app today or head to FanDuel.com. That's FanDuel.com, as you see on the screen, and you can get started. Bet just $5. If you win, you will score $200 in bonus bets. That's FanDuel.com. Bet with FanDuel, an official partner of Super Bowl 59. Back on this edition of Lockdown Golden Knights, Tony Cardasco and Chris Golick from Las Vegas. Thanks for making us your first listen each and every day. You can find us wherever you get your podcast. And please make sure to subscribe to our Lockdown Golden Knights YouTube channel. So, Alex Pietrangelo backing out of the Four Nations face-off. We already knew that a nagging injury will keep, of course, in all likelihood, William Karlsson out of playing in the Four Nations face-off for Team Sweden. And, no official word, though, yet on Karlsson backing out of that, even though he's basically week to week and pretty much done.
It broke that Friedman broke that he might miss it before he even went down. So that's
that's going to happen. But yesterday, it was announced that VGK defenseman Alex Pietrangelo is withdrawing from the Four Nations to tend to an ailment that hit on the left leg. I'm sure it didn't help.
No.
That shot by Kachuk. Of course, that big play in the game. VGK said that Pietrangelo will take time to prepare for the remainder of the season. And I'm guessing that we will see a lot more players backing out of the Four Nations. Pietrangelo officially the first player to back out. I haven't seen anyone else. Have you?
The article on NHL.com says May have to also replace Jacob Markstrom and William
Oh,
Karlsson.
that's
Just
right.
a general statement about the
Markstrom
Four
got hurt pretty
Nations.
bad. That's right. I
Yeah,
saw that.
so
But
I
no
don't think
official
anything is
word yet.
official
Yeah.
besides
That's right.
Pietrangelo. You know what I mean? You're going to see a lot of this. It's January the 27th. Everyone's played about 50 games by now, give or take, maybe 48 games, whatever it is. 48, 49, 50, 51 games. Everybody is dealing with an ailment. This is the point of the year where there's no such thing as a team that's fully healthy or a player that's 100% healthy. This is no different than the NFL week 14, week 15, playoffs, things like that. No player is 100%. So a lot of tough decisions are going to be made. A lot of players do genuinely care about the Four Nations. Fine, good for them for doing so. But there are nagging injuries, the type of injuries that are, you're a little sore putting your skates on, a little sore when you get out there and practice. Maybe you don't realize you're being hampered, 8, 10, 12% of your top capability. So a lot of decisions have to be made by a lot of players, and you wonder what the team influence is going to be for a lot. And this isn't just Golden Knights talk. This is just a blanket NHL statement right now. You wonder how much influence the teams are going to have. You wonder if there's going to be some push and pull against players that might want to go and players that are being urged not to go. And it'll be interesting to see some of these below the radar type of situations and how they play out. But listen, I hope 5 more Golden Knights have ailments that make them not want to go to the Four Nations. I don't want anyone to go. I've been very clear about this. I hate watching any of the NHL players, not just Vegas Golden Knights players, turning the league off for 2 weeks and going to play practice hockey games. I don't like it.
I think they're going to be playing a little tougher because national pride is at stake for other countries, right? And Florida's got what, 8
There's
players?
No gold medal,
9
Tony.
players.
There's no gold medal. Not that much pride. Sorry.
Well, but they have an opportunity to play in the next Olympics too.
Sure, it's great. More tryouts, awesome.
Yeah, more on the ice in season tryouts. You're trying to say, is there any chance that Pietrangelo now is impacted before the Four Nations even gets underway, and that he might miss some time with the Golden Knights? I don't know what the ailment might be, but you see him favoring anything? I'm not quite sure what it could be.
I think that's a 2-part conversation. Part one is whatever that was bothering him before this game started. Then that hit that you mentioned, Pietrangelo was a bit sore getting up off the ground when he did get hit. So do I think whatever his current situation is going to keep Pietrangelo from playing games with the Golden Knights between now and the shutdown? I don't think so. Pietrangelo, listen, there's more to it than simply his injury. I mean, yes, he's a little bit hobbled right now, as everybody is, but family man, right? Doesn't want to be away for 2 weeks, and you got this ailment
He's
going
an
on.
absolute
So
family guy. He does not like being away from his family.
100%. So good on Pietrangelo for not going, getting time with the family, getting 2 weeks off in the middle of the season. I don't know what the rules are. I'm curious if the players can hold any type of practices while this is going on. I wonder if this is like a shutdown. I don't know how that works. I would be curious to see how that will play out. Maybe they probably like the first week, maybe nothing can happen. Maybe the second week teams can get back and do organized things like the holiday break or something. I don't know. Was it the Penguins that had who had the practice where they got fined? They weren't supposed to practice. Oh, Pete DeBoer, Dallas Stars. Pete DeBoer and the Stars. They had that practice, yeah. So curious how that works out in the Four Nations shutdown.
Yeah, I'm also wondering a few things. Well, will the players get paid additional money? Will they get paid more money to participate? It's got to be something at stake financially for them. And then also, when can we expect the word officially on William Karlsson? You said the other day you don't feel like he'll be back until March sometimes. And if it is that groin that's nagging him, sooner or later, they're going to have to repair this surgically, right? He's going to have to have an operation.
So first question was,
how many 4-pronged questions can I ask today?
No, that's fine. Back to school, Rodney Dangerfield. I just have one question and 4 subparts and blah, blah, blah. And the answer is 4. Anyway, okay. When did William Karlsson get hurt? I think we start there. Was it did he miss the Nashville game, the Carolina game, Chicago, whatever game it was? No, it was okay. It was a Monday. It was a Wednesday when it was announced. You missed like a Monday game, so it was against the Blues. It was the first Blues game
No,
he
no,
played,
no.
and he
He
missed the
got
second one.
injured. I think it was 14 games before he officially.
Yes.
He
Tony's
wasn't scoring.
mentioning his scoreless streak, which is now at 18 games, right, Tony?
It's at
All right,
18
so
games. It's goalless
Carlson
streak. Goalless.
Carlson announced week to week. Week to week is not. He's going to be back in 10 or 12 days. It's not. Week to week in VGK terms is, in my opinion, no less than 6 weeks. No less than 6 weeks. Month to month is technically 1 to 2 months. So I'll split the difference between a month and a half, and we'll see what happens. That basically puts it somewhere right around March the 10th, March the 12th, right around that trade deadline. That could complicate things a little bit as well. So interesting to see how that plays out. When's the announcement going to come? I think officially, I think is what you said, and I mean it's unofficially already made, but it's coming right now. It's coming.
What are we, 2 weeks out of the Four Nations? About somewhere in February. That February is fast approaching.
We do a show every day during the Four Nations. We are exactly from the Four Nations, February the 8th. We're not even 2 weeks out. We're 11 days from the shutdown, 12 days from the shutdown at least. So the Four Nations probably starts like on the 11th or something, if I had to guess.
Hey, did you see a hockey stat card from yesterday's game? I'm just curious.
I have it open on my window here. Yeah, let me look at it.
Okay, I'm just
I haven't looked at it
curious
closely,
how
but I
that
have it
shook
open.
out too. Yeah.
On the bottom, we got to come up with a name like for the bottom 3 players on the stat card. Like we have locks of the night and stuff. We have to come up with a name for the bottom 3.
Pietrangelo, the bottom 3 would be
type.
There'll be the negative stars, like you give stars.
No, that's way too. That's way too plain.
Too
Jane.
easy.
We can do better than that, Tony.
I know. Well, you put me on
our knights in the guillotine. I don't know. Thinking Braveheart at the end. All right, Mark Stone. Terrible game according to Hockey Stat Card. Zach
Whitecloud moved him around for crying out loud. Leave the guy alone.
That's fair too. Hey, listen, Holtz on the top line. The Golden Knights solved any issue they're ever going to have again with Holtz on the top line. Your bottom 3: Stone, Whitecloud, Haig. Dishonorable mentions for Ronbjerg, Howden, Olofsson, Barbashev, and Eichel. Eichel right in the middle. Eichel on the lower half. That's kind of surprising. He had
that is surprising
because he missed all the breakaways.
He missed the breakaways. His first shot was a goal. He didn't. How many shots on goal, I wonder, did he have in that game?
I'll tell you right now.
So my good friend Dave, who likes your predictions every day, surprisingly, he's like, I got to hear what Golick said. What are his predictions? He every night bets the over on Eichel's shots at 2.5. It's always 2.5.
He lost money yesterday then because Eichel only registered 1 shot on goal.
Just that shot on goal that he scored. Wow.
Yeah.
Rick.
I love betting the goal props. Or shot props can be a lot of fun. You got to get the right price, and sometimes you stack them on like a single game parlay or something.
He needs to shoot more. Eichel needs to shoot more.
Well, I need to pull it. This is about the time last year when I put you in your place about Eichel's shots.
Coming up next, I'm going to put you in your place because I'm sure that you have some different takes about
Let's
your
go to your solo screen. Go play in your solo screen.
On the VGK quarter-century team that's announced. So many issues with this. We'll talk about it next, right here on Locked On Golden Knights. Welcome back on Locked On Golden Knights from Las Vegas. Tony Cardasco and Chris Golick. We appreciate you making us your first listen every day. You can find us wherever you get your podcast. Of course, yesterday I recorded my very first, not my first solo podcast, but I have a new podcast. It's called Believe in Vegas on the Believe Network. It's a weekly show, so I wanted to pump that up. And you could also follow me, Golick, at Believe in Vegas on the Believe Network, BLEAV. So follow me right now. Do that, and we'll get to you in a second. So,
well, I did. Maybe I didn't. I don't know.
First of all, why did the NHL? This is great. Why did the NHL do a Golden Knights quarter-century team for a franchise that's only 8 years old? It's not a quarter century. This is the most bogus thing since the Bills not getting a first down there yesterday, which really is going to irritate me to death. Okay, a franchise that's 8 years old. Next, who voted for this bogus list? Who voted for this? It appears as this has Foley, the made man, the guy from State Run, all those people. They are all the ones that voted. Oh, I think I saw some of the fanboy media even voting for this. This is awful. So the first team, Eichel, yes. Stone, yes. Pietrangelo, yes, I guess so. Shea Theodore, yes.
Why is there got to be two defensemen?
I have no idea.
Are we doing we're doing like a lineup, I guess, but whatever.
The two that I just disagree with to no end: William Karlsson over Jonathan Marchessault,
and Riley Smith, and Riley Smith.
Okay, Karlsson, please let it go with this guy. Let it go. Like, I just can't believe the infatuation that people have with him. 200-foot player. They could say nothing more about this cat other than he plays 200 feet. Well, Eichel plays 200 feet. And then Aiden Hill as the starting goaltender.
Nope.
No, not a chance, because how is Aiden Hill? Okay, he won the cup. I get that. Aiden Hill over Marc-Andre Fleury. No. Second team, Fleury, Braden McNabb, Alec Martinez. Then you have Marchessault, Riley Smith, and Chandler Stevenson. Any thoughts on that list?
I mean, this is the 1/3 of a quarter century team is what this is right now. It's very bizarre, but whatever.
It's so strange.
Did the Kraken get one too? The Krakens have to be a bigger joke than the Golden Knights.
I think they did. I think Chandler Stevenson was on that list too.
I mean, how about give one to Utah? Give one to Utah, because technically they're not the Coyotes leftovers. So let's see the Utah Arizona Hockey Club.
What is this? What is this? And did they con someone to sponsor this? That's why they put it out there. No, honestly, who voted for this mess?
I don't know. It's probably the writers for the NHL.com.
There's no street cred whatsoever for this.
Actually, it's an AI article. If you go on the NHL.com website, it says by NHL.com at NHL.com. So this might be total AI. I'm not even joking. I'm not even freaking joking. I hate AI. It's so stupid.
Right.
So let's start with this. All right. Yes, Eichel, absolutely. Mark Stone, yeah, fine. If it has to be two defensemen and a goalie, if we're doing this like an NBA all-team type of thing where you have, players in all positions, whatever, okay, fine. Pietrangelo, Theodore, yes. Aiden Hill, not a chance, and you know what? No, I'm not putting Logan Thompson over Aiden Hill. Relax, everybody. I'm not going there. But Marc-Andre Fleury, without a doubt, over Aiden Hill for on the ice and off the ice. I'm sorry, Marc-Andre Fleury laps any Vegas Golden Knight member besides Riley Smith as far as off-ice initiatives. Laps them, including Aiden Hill. Marc-Andre Fleury, you saw so much in the community. Aiden Hill, I'm not saying you don't see him in the community, but we're comparing this because it's a popularity contest. Marc-Andre Fleury, I think, over Aiden Hill without a doubt. William Karlsson, I do agree with Tony. I don't think William Karlsson should be on the top team. It should be Marchessault, or I would even put Riley Smith up there above William Karlsson.
Hang on.
Same reason.
What I tweeted out yesterday, Marchessault equals Conn Smythe, Karlsson equals Lady Bing. Enough said.
Listen, Lady Bing's an important trophy, but I'll take the Conn Smythe over it.
Don't force feed this to us, please.
No, I would swap.
And I'm not just saying that because obviously I have a lot of issues with Vegas Bjorn, but this isn't even fair. This is Bill Foley.
Swapping.
Here's what this is. I'll tell you what this is. Bill Foley has a contest going, name our Henderson hockey team, when he already knows it's going to be the Silver Knights.
Oh, yeah, stupid.
So, of course, Foley, I think this is a Foley initiative. I think that it's not AI.
It's NHL, and they got a sponsor, and they want to do something.
It's a sponsor, yeah.
They didn't have to pay a writer to do it. That's the best part. They didn't have to pay a writer to do it. It's all AI.
Would you have written this article? Would you have been fair?
If I would win this article, it would have been pretty simple. I would have Eichel and Stone, yes. Pietrangelo and Theodore, if you have to have defensemen. If you have to have defensemen, fine. Pietrangelo and Theodore. Maybe John Merrill, write and vote. Aiden Hill, not a chance. It's obviously going to be Marc-Andre Fleury. William Karlsson, it should be Marchessault in that spot. If you want to convince me on if you want to fight me on Riley Smith getting that spot over Marchessault and over William Karlsson, I won't argue with you.
You think Smith over Karlsson?
I would put Smith over Karlsson, absolutely.
What? I'm just curious for
This
what
isn't a
the
knock on
rationale would be.
Carlson. This isn't
No.
Smith.
And I'm taking all the emotion out of this one, but why?
For off ice initiatives,
Okay.
for involvement in the community, for being a much more consistent contributor on the ice from a side by side perspective. Yes, William Karlsson, great first season, fine, whatever. Yes, William Karlsson was solid last year with the 30-30 year. Riley Smith wasn't with the team then, but the time in between, I mean, let's do a side by stat. Who do you think had more points in their time in Vegas, Riley Smith or William Karlsson side by side? I honestly don't know the answer.
Well, more consistent was Riley Smith. So other than that, just one big season, and then the 30-30 club a year late, 7 years later for Karlsson. I don't know what he's done.
Let's see, 134, 140, 190.
Okay, so also while you're looking that up, Jack Eichel should get the first statue outside of T-Mobile, and it should be a picture of that face that he made, that horrible post that they had, where he's got the Popeye face. I don't even know how to describe it, but that would be
Ben Affleck. It's been a long day. From the Batman face.
I could almost assure you that Eichel said, "Take that garbage down." I can almost bet any player in their right mind would have said, "What is that picture? It looked like winter is coming there, like for Eichel." Okay, did you do your research?
All right, so 367 for Riley Smith.
Angle of on Golick's end today. You got me confused, bro.
I got me confused too. I gotta see. I got 3 cameras in my office. I picked the one that doesn't have zoom that goes farther out, but whatever. All right, so final answer is Riley Smith 360 or William Karlsson 367. Pardon me.
Okay.
All right,
so
he'll
have more. He'll have more than Smith, then I'm sure.
I think it's going to be slightly more, but I don't know if it's going to be as close.
A lot of assists. Oh, wait. How many points did you say?
367 for Karlsson.
Okay, so a third of those are empty net goals. Okay, we've already figured that part out. It's funny seeing Golick on the keys too, man. We could see the whole picture today. It's
very.
Can you get to it or no?
I'm getting to it right now.
All right, ask AI. Maybe
you keep talking.
Well, that's it. I don't have anything else.
Well, I must have screwed this up. I got 572. I must hit the multiplication button in there somewhere. All right, 60 plus 53 plus 54 plus 25 plus 38 plus 56.
Holy smokes.
286. All right, William Karlsson crushed him in points.
Okay, so Karlsson beat him in points.
Right,
I had a feeling he did. All those empty net goals add up.
If you want to rank those 3 for that last spot, I'm ranking
Marchessault.
Marchessault, Karlsson, Smith.
That's exactly the way that I would have had it too.
I would do that too. But
we appreciate everyone tuning in,
team.
Especially our everydayers tuning in around the globe.
The show flew by today, Tony. It flew by really fast.
Absolutely. A lot of chuckles on the show. And then, of course, don't forget on Fridays, it's WTF Day. Saturdays, sometimes it's Chris. I'm not going to say little Chris anymore. He's going to be taller than you very soon. Chris times Chris Jr. show sometimes on Saturdays. And I like the way he measured it up. It's over his head. It is. That's tremendous.
When he skates, it's around his forehead, but yeah.
How many ounce bat would he use if he played baseball? Like a 47 ounce bat or something?
He'd use the one that we use in Chicago for the old 16-inch clubbers. Is that what they call? I think that's what they called not this 12-inch crap where you gotta wear a glove. Real softball is like one of those hard 16-inch. You ever played 16-inch softball before, Tony?
No.
It's only like a Midwest Chicago thing.
Yeah,
it's no
glove, Chicago thing.
16 inches, and man, that sucker. If you got one tightly wound out of the store, oh my god,
painful, right?
Very painful, very painful, very painful.
It's like that. Okay, so regionality here. Of course, we always go off tangent. I hope the boss isn't watching today.
We'll wait until this point. It's fine. Don't worry.
So back in New England, what are they? That bowling game with the skinny pins, those little
candlepin bowling.
Is that what's it called?
Candlepin.
I think it's called something else officially, but yeah,
candlepin.
That's okay. They have the little pins there.
Yep.
That they always show like
skee ball,
Neeson.
Almost, but on a bowling alley.
We appreciate everyone tuning in. For my man Chris Golick, I am Tony Cardasco. You can answer that. What?
Candlepin.
It says that. Okay.
Says that.
We appreciate you tuning in. For Golick, I'm Cardasco. We'll see you again tomorrow right here on Locked On Golden Knights, and please take care.